Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. In today's world, there is a slight misunderstanding about women's football. That it's not entertaining and there is no reasons to watch it. In this video, I aim to break this myth and give you 5 reasons why you need to start watching it right now. Reason number 1. Quality of football. The main claim why people don't want to watch women's football is that they think it doesn't match the quality of men's football. This claim is wrong. Sometimes you could watch women's football and think that these players could compete at the same level as their male counterparts. Even Guardiola would be shocked at the amount of tactics in women's football that you never see in men's game. There was a rumor that even Klopp's prime Liverpool couldn't press any women's team defense because of how good their build-up is. Neymar said in interviews that if he wants to find some inspiration or learn some new skill, he turns on women's football on TV and tries to learn as much as possible. Defending in women's football is completely different than in men's game. At some point, defenders could turn into attackers and otherwise, which is much more entertaining than typical defense. Cameramen in women's game need different cameras with much more detail, because of how quickly everything happens in women's game. The unpredictability of moves in women's football compared to men's is insane. In men's football, you can often predict what will happen in the next few actions, but in women's game, you will never know what will happen in the next second. And probably the biggest advantage of women's football compared to the men's game is how tough women are. You'll never see a woman cry after every foul like men. They are much stronger mentally and only cry after very serious events or injuries. Reason number 2. Passion. Some people think men are more passionate and emotional than women, but that's wrong. The intensity of the average woman's game is much higher than in men's game. Breaking bones, blood, two-footed tackles. This is what we will see in the average women's football match. They may look like cute princesses on Instagram, but when they wear their football uniforms and step onto the pitch, they transform from princesses into Pepper Regions. The atmosphere in the stadium is absolutely insane. Here's the assessment of one viewer after his first ever women's game.
That was crazy. I've never actually experienced that sort of atmosphere at a game before. It's absolutely electric. The passion.
Fans absorb this passion from the players and create a unique and electric atmosphere that you don't find in men's game. When you go to women's football, you will always have a feeling that they're not playing for money, like in the men's game, but purely for the love of the game and the passion. Maybe that's because of the average salary in top women's football is equal to the average salary of the League 2 player. Or because the best players in women's football get paid annually approximately the same as the best players in men's game get paid weekly. Either way, you'll always see in women's game the fire in their eyes and the desire to win every moment, something you don't see in every man's game. Reason number 3. Visual aesthetics. The only two things that most men could talk and watch all day long are women and football. So why not combine those two things? Watching athletic men run for the ball for the 90 minutes is interesting, but watching athletic women with cute faces running for the ball for 90 minutes is even more interesting. Sometimes you just can't pay attention to the amazing quality of football because you enjoy the whole event of seeing 22 fit and beautiful ladies competing for the win in the match. You never see a person running like Goose or like Waluigi. Everything looks elegant and beautiful. Even if a lady goes for a tackle and gets a bit muddy, it still looks beautiful because she is a woman. For no less than 12 pounds, you could go to the stadium and stare for 90 minutes into some women's players' eyes, and no one will find you creepy. All things combined make women's football more pleasing to the eye than men's. Reason number 4. Be trendy. In our world, if you want to be interesting as a person, you need to keep up with modern trends. In the last 10 years, women's football has made significant steps in popularity, and sometimes it feels even more popular than men's football based on likes on TikTok. There is still time to jump onto the hype train because in a couple of years it might be too late. If in a couple of years you don't know who Leah Williamson and Salma Paralelo are, most people will think you're weird and won't want to talk to you. So it's important to follow the trend, and instead of watching the men's Premier League all day long, occasionally turn on the women's Premier League. It will surely be beneficial, and the main reason is our last point. Reason number 5. Chances with the girl. This is the final and the most important reason why you need to start watching women's football right now. Different studies show different results, but for example, one study showed that over 40% of women in the UK are feminists. Regardless of your thoughts on feminism, you can use this to your advantage. Every woman likes to hear a man make feminist statements such as women should be paid on the same level as men, or women's football is no less entertaining than men's football. If you start watching women's football, it will create the illusion that you care about women not only as partners but also something bigger. As feminism grows, many girls will start watching women's football. In near future, if you will go on a date with a girl who likes women's football, you could say something like, I prefer the women's Premier League to the men's because these men don't deserve to pay like this. After such a statement, you can be sure that your date will be successful. These were the 5 reasons why you need to start watching women's football. I hope I was able to convince you to finally start watching it. That's all for today. See you soon.